Welcome back to Put It Catch Gaming. It's Lee here, and this is another video in the series of loadouts for special forces and specialist law enforcement units across the world. And today is going to be the SAS. Now, for those of you that don't know the SAS, they are British, attached to the British Army. First formed in 1941. By David Sterling, and they were primarily used for commando raids behind enemy lines, which freaked the crap out of Hitler, and he basically said if he catches anyone, or the Germans were to catch any, they were to be executed on the spot because they caused such a massive pain in his arse. Okay, so the SAS is a winged dagger emblem with the motto of "Who dares wins." And this is just a quick look at what it looks like. Okay, so we've seen what their badge looks like and their motto. So the SAS, British SAS, attached to the British Army, probably one of the oldest, if not the oldest, special forces unit in the world, operating across all theatres of war pretty much, from obviously World War II, the Korean War, up to the Falklands, Northern Ireland, Bosnia, Gulf War 1 and 2, and also Afghanistan. And they're probably scattered around doing other bits and pieces around the world as well that we don't know about. They're made famous for the Iranian embassy siege in 1981 in London, where they had to storm the building, killed all of the terrorists. I think it was either one or two, might have even been three, I'm not sure, hostages that were killed, unfortunately, but all of the terrorists were taken out. So that's what made them famous. Okay, let's have a look at the loadout then. So we'll go with the desert theme. That seems to be like their current operation and operational theatre at the moment. So let's start with the headgear. We'll go down, we'll work our way down. So let's open the list then, and I think probably the Ops Core Fast is going to be the most appropriate helmet. It's already in olive green, so we'll leave it as that. Vest. Now I did look at Flycatcher's vest, but the SAS, I can't see them walking around with this silly frilly little thing here, can you? And you can't change the colour on it. So although it looks very similar to this bit, and obviously you've got the lower body protection and almost groin protection, it's not. No, it doesn't match. So let's have a look at something else. And I think what I would say is probably the most likely is the 511 VTAC. So let's go in and we'll change that to olive drab. It's already set. And let's select that then. There we go. Okay, so gloves wise, I mean, they'll probably choose their own sets of gloves. I'm going to go with the Oakley assault gloves. Edit the colour into those, and we'll go with the coyote brown on those. Keep the theme of the old desert. Trousers, pants, whatever you want to call them. These are going to be the fix-it pants, but probably the ones that the SAS get their hands on are probably 511s, something like that. Now the colour is probably the most appropriate. It's going to be this multicam arid, so we'll choose those. Now for their feet, we've got the lightweight boots. I'm going to stick with those because that's what they will obviously wear out in the desert. They're going to be lightweight, durable combat boots, and we'll change those to coyote brown. Sometimes you see these guys, they're wearing black boots, they're wearing brown boots, but I'm going to go with what I've seen. Okay, so now headsets. They're not going to have an earpiece like this. They need obviously all-round ear protection and a microphone, so they would wear something similar to the Ops Corp amps, pair of pelters with a microphone so that they can talk to one another and talk to base, call in fire support and air support and other bits and pieces. Glasses wise, they're not going to go for anything trendy like this. I can't see the SAS walking around the streets of Afghanistan looking like that, can you? So most appropriate, probably going to be the Oakley M frames with the clear lenses. Backpacks, a nice large backpack then. So for me, the 3-day assault, in multicam again, so they can get as much of their gear in there or kit as they can. Shirt wise, now I had to look through some of these. Obviously t-shirts, they might wear a t-shirt, depends on what they're doing. If they're walking around base with their body armour on, they're probably just going to have a t-shirt. But obviously going out on the ops, out on long ops, they're going to be wearing shirts, jackets and such like to keep them from the cold winter desert evenings. Change the colour to that again, multicam arid, and there you go. That's kind of what they might look like. Need to add a couple of bits, some night vision goggles. Go over the PS15s. They're probably the most similar to what these guys would wear, so let's attach those. Face coverings, no, obviously they clearly don't wear anything like that. Sometimes they might wear a shemag. Let's give it a bit of colour, coyote brown perhaps. You know, you might see them wearing something similar to like that, or they might have a scarf. So let's go and attach a scarf just to keep their neck warm and keep that cold weather out. Now, knife wise, I have no idea what kind of knives they would carry. I would imagine it's going to be something quite nasty but traditional. So I'm going to go with the Mark II brown. It looks very similar to the old commando knife that would have been issued during World War II to the Royal Marine Commandos. So we'll have a bit of that. Okay, so now that's what he looks like. Obviously I'm not going to give him the AUG. What I'll do, we'll go into the weapons loadout and we'll find him a suitable weapon and sidearm. Right, here we are then. Weapons loadout. So whatever, I don't know. I mean, they carry M4s, SAW 249s, shotguns, sniper rifles, you name it. Also, they're going to want something fairly reliable. With the M41 assault, the M4A1 assault, you can't attach anything to that. So I'm just going to go with the 416. It looks very similar to the M4, but obviously you can have a multitude of attachments. Let's have a look in the gunsmiths then and see what we can attach to it. Let's have a look at the stock quickly. Now they could have all sorts of stocks attached to this. I'm going to go with the iMod. Actually, let's have a look and see what the M4 one looks like whilst we're here quickly. Yeah, don't look too bad. Right, let's go back in quickly and just have a quick look. So obviously they'll carry us the silence with them for obviously for that silent kill, and they'll have a grenade launcher for their own support weapons. Obviously, calling in airstrikes is not going to turn up straight away, so they're going to need something that's going to get firepower downrange, so that it gives them a chance to escape and evade capture, and also to take out heavier targets or multiple targets. They might have the ACOG sight fitted. Again, I think their setups are pretty much personal to their own preference. So this again is just my take on what they might carry. They might not carry. They might not use a 416, but I quite like the look of the 416. It looks cool, and it looks similar to the M4. So that's the main weapon that I'm going to go for in the loadout. Now sidearm wise, I've gone for the 227 because the SAS they do carry the SIG 226. Now the 226 is not on here; it's just the 227. Now is that down to not being allowed to call it a 226 because of copyright? Who knows? But this is what I'm going to load him up with, the 227. It's probably the most appropriate weapon for what they might carry. So there we go. That is what my chap looks like. Let's put him out on the field and have a look and see what he looks like out on the desert. Obviously there's no desert on Breakpoint, but we'll put him on a beach and just have a look, see what it looks like up against a little bit of greenery with some sand and whatever. Okay, so here we are out on the beach, a little bit of greenery, a little bit of sand. Obviously, in Afghanistan, it's not just sand everywhere. It is green and bushy and whatever. So, you know, this is probably the most appropriate. Let's get him into the sand and have a look at what he looks like down on the prone. Whoa, what's happening there? Oh, it's a bit of a glitch. Well, let's just do it this way then, the old-fashioned way. So there we go. Don't quite know what happened there. Let's see if it happens in the kneeling. Nope. Okay. So there we go. That's what he looks like. Not bad. Very similar to what the SAS would be geared out like. Okay, so there we go. That's it. That's my take, my loadout on the British SAS in Desert Cam. I was mixing it up a little bit with the olive drab with the Desert Cam, with the 416 and the 227 as a sidearm. So, what do you think? Hit a comment in the comment section below. Any loadouts you want us to do, doesn't matter. Just drop it in there and we'll do our best to get it up for you. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you subscribing. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you following. If you're not on the Discord already, follow the link on the YouTube channel to the Discord, and you can join in the chat. There's loads of people on there now. We're getting more and more people join, which is great. We're having live chats with our subscribers and that as well on there, so it's brilliant. We're getting to know people, and you know, the more the merrier. As I say, thanks for watching, guys. I can't even talk. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video.